Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive here with a Libra weekly reading, the Libra Collective. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. We are going to find out some key themes, predictions for the week ahead. And of course, we can't really talk about this week without mentioning this full moon, the harvest moon in Aries, our opposite sign. So, there are some key themes I think that we're going to be picking up on, such as boundaries, right? Needing to set some big bold boundaries here. So this is about learning to say no and kind of balancing the energy of that courage of saying no, but also still having compassion. So how to kind of navigate that. I think there's going to be some clarity coming in. Could involve relationships or just people in general. There's also going to be probably you could be feeling a creative spark or intuitive hits, like really feeling that there's not a whole lot between you and the other side or the veil or wherever you receive your messages. So there's just this real feeling of being connected to the cosmos and collective energy. So pay attention to the dreams, synchronicities, keep a journal, right? There could also be something here just about finding it almost like necessary to finally heal something once and for all. So that can also have to do with the emotional stuff, but we will certainly see. We'll use all kinds of tarot cards, oracle cards, and I'll give you channeled messages as I receive them. You have the end of a tough cycle approaches here, Libra, full moon in Capricorn. So the full moon in Aries, the harvest moon, or the grain moon, I think it's also called, will be October 6th at, I believe, 11:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. But if you're elsewhere, it's going to, most of it, it'll be October 7th. But I think for a lot of the U.S., it's going to be October 6th. So, but either way, you're going to be feeling, we're all going to be feeling that energy. We're already kind of feeling it because this is the full moon after an eclipse too, right? After a double eclipses, in September. So it's interesting. So we have You Are Good Enough, full moon in Virgo. That's tying us right back into that Virgo energy. A lot of healing happening. And again, it has to do that phrase, you are good enough, Libra, has to do with you setting those boundaries if needed. Okay. And what else do we have? We have don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. And that could be your pride or someone else's pride even. All right, let's see what else we have. Anything else for Libra? Of course, we'll look into themes of relationships, love, money, career, stuff we generally look into for the week ahead. But there is certainly this focus on this very powerful full moon in Aries. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. All right, and let me turn this a bit so hopefully you can see the cards a little better. Perfect. All right, let's jump into some tarot. All the decks I use are down below. What do we have for Libra? This is the Halloween tarot, though, by Tarot Collectibles. Halloween Waite deck. Libra. King of Swords. Like that. King of Swords. So that's what's ending this tough cycle here, okay? Because in this reading, we are going to focus on what needs your attention and what sort of energy is with you or that you should probably be bringing to this. We'll look at if there's anything blocking your success, any good things coming in too, and how to overcome blocks. Let's see. So kind of like how can you support what this harvest moon wants to deliver as far as abundance and success and the good stuff. All right. And you have the Hermit. Okay. So the Hermit card here, Virgo energy again, and that's what's underneath that. You are good enough. So some of you may really have been in some deep healing, deep reflection in September. You may still be in that energy. With the King of Swords too, I want to go back to that. And we're going to keep circling around here we go pretty deep in these readings, right? But with the King of Swords too, it does feel as though that's going to help you sever some sort of a bad habit, or it's going to give you some kind of new direction. You notice they have a black cat in their lap too, and that can have to do with doing what feels best for you. Forget about everybody else, you know. But this is balanced thought and judgment, and that is a theme that is coming in, being that it's Libra season. By the way, happy birthday, Libras. But yeah, this is air sign energy. If we want to make it general, this is about truth and control, being that authority in your life. You're the one who's ending a tough cycle here, Libra, and you're doing it your way, okay? What feels best for you, because ultimately it's like you're choosing your healing finally above everyone else's. But then if you are a helper, you know, you can, you know, if you're, say you're in a service industry helping others, or you're just that person that seems to be that natural counselor and therapist to others, you healing something deep within you is really going to allow you, it's going to allow you to be better at everything else in your life, and able to help, and able to, you know, achieve what it is you want to go after in life. Let's see what else we have for Libra. In other words, that same theme of self-care, taking care of your own needs, healing what needs to be healed for yourself, keeps coming up. And I think, again, we're not out of the eclipse energy. It's still very much with us, and it will continue to be. And so it did bring with it themes of deep healing. But it is so that we can transmute the energy. You know, we can clear out what we need to. You know, yeah, it's sort of, I'm getting this like deep inner truth with it. Hearing a name like Patrick could contain the name Patrick. Let's see what else we have. And just, I'm clairaudient. I'm randomly hearing something about clearing the cupboards. Maybe you are doing that. Some of you, it's like making space too. It's sort of, if we're clearing out energy that's no longer helping us and it just needs to go, or even things that need to go, what does it do? Well, it opens up space so that you can make more room for something new, something maybe that you do want, right? More of the good stuff. So underneath, don't let pride get in your way. Whoa, there's a lot here. Okay, a lot here. There's a clump of cards that just fell, and we have these two that are up. I'm not taking the clump of cards that fell, but the two that were up, yes. Oh my goodness, and there we are. So, okay, taking a stand against that devil energy. That's what you're doing. Yeah, this is the advice, right? Because this could be the block, that temptation, that feeling like you need something. It could be anything that's excess. It could be dependency in some way, obsession. It could be overcoming some sort of materialism. It could be pride too, because this is about don't let pride get in your way. So sometimes we even have to take a stand against ourselves and any sort of old patterns or habits that are standing in our way, right? Because this card is about perseverance and about maintaining control. So do not compromise with this sort of devilish energy, right? It's not gonna be good, right? Compromising or making a deal with the devil, right, is never helpful for us. Let's see what else. Maybe it is in the very moment we think it is, but long term, no. Now for this new romantic cycle beginning, what else do we have? What do we have for Libra? New romantic cycle beginning. You have the Hanged Man in reverse. Now, what's interesting is, as I was shuffling, I was hearing something about having to do backflips and acrobatics. So I wonder if you're feeling as though you've really had to kind of bend over backwards for something, or really be the one always putting everything into love or other relationships, right? And with this Hanged Man in reverse, I feel it can be feeling as though things are stalled in a relationship. There's delays. There could be some level of indecision or resistance to change. Okay. You could also be having dealt a lot with maybe a selfish energy in some way. What else do we have here? I have a new start for some of you. I'm feeling the full card energy. All right. What else do we have? You know, let's see. Yeah, the full moon can be about closing, completion, right? Something coming to a full cycle, and then, you know, again, we're going to start all over again with the new moon cycle. Let's see what else we have. The new moon isn't yet, though. The new moon isn't for a couple weeks. All right, what do we have? What do we have? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so you have the Six of Swords. I'm not at all surprised to see you have the transition here, and that's what's clarifying the King of Swords with the end of a tough cycle approaching here for you, Libra, with this harvest full moon. There could be some. I'm hearing right now there's notable success and improvement. So something very, you know what's really cool? In both of these cards, they do feature the black cat. Okay, there's something here that's been sort of a mystery, maybe, that I feel is going to be revealed. Something that's just that wasn't as it seems. You're getting clarity, you're getting revelation. It's allowing you to move on. Or maybe you're saying, for once and for all, I'm going to take a stand on this matter or against this situation or person or whatever it is for you. There's been a lot of hanging around, either your energy, their energy, but again, there's that energy of something needing to clear out. And if it doesn't clear out, it's like as though you're clearing out. You're grabbing the oar and you're, rowing away there. Okay. I feel like, the King of Swords, we're wanting to remind you too of just how, life really is a series of endings and beginnings, right? Think of the moon cycle itself, right? It's like full moon, a couple weeks later, new moon, a couple weeks later, full moon, it just keeps repeating and repeating. So for some of you too, you could be feeling like you're repeating the same pattern over and over, and it may have you questioning your self-worth here, Libra, too. You could have some unexpected support or success coming in. Okay, I'm feeling that vibe off this card here. And it feels as though once you are very clear about where you want to go, what you want to do, that helps you really bring in the more of the balance and just the knowing which way to go, right? It makes sense. But we do have to make time for your own intuitive insights to come in. The black cat, the cat in general is very much connected to intuitive energy, being very perceptive. And, full moons can help illuminate things that have been hidden. I'm hearing for some of you right now, clairaudiently, I'm hearing, where did I go wrong? And this could involve a relationship now that we have this Ace of Cups in reverse, which is what was getting ready to make its way out as I was hearing, where did I go wrong? There's been such a hurt here, and it feels as though there's a deep hurt that maybe you've been feeling either though someone else has made a mask or wearing a mask, or you're having to mask how you're feeling about something, but you're encouraged to do the work, work with a professional if you need to or whatever, but really to clear out any sort of feeling let down. This is that Ace of Cups in reverse. This could be loss of love. It could be a disappointment. It could be emptiness, but it can also be blocked creativity too. And I do feel, like I said, with this being an Aries full moon, I do think that it's going to bring about some sort of creative fire with it. Okay, it could be a new project, a new leadership role. It's about really following your passion, pursuing your passion, and really leave it in the dust, whatever has not been fulfilling in some way. Now, with the don't let pride get in your way, which we're clarifying the Seven of Wands and the Devil energy, don't let pride get in your way. Death card. Okay, so you could feel that you've been having this real sort of death of the ego kind of moment. Sure. But with the death card, I mean, it's noticeable transformation. This is about an ending and then a new beginning, right? The new day dawning in the background. This is about transformation. It's time to move on, Libra. It's like there's no way of getting around it for some of you. And it's going to mean so many different things in a general reading, right? Only take what resonates. Let's see what else we have for the Libra collective. Okay, so this is good. This is the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Pumpkins in this deck, for the new romantic cycle begins. That's after you come out of that Hanged Man in reverse energy. Okay, and this is like kind of, it's either the goal or it's what you should be working towards. Working towards something that's more fulfilling, more lasting, something where you can build traditions and stability long term, helping you also. It's sort of like when you make your next choice in love, making sure that it fits into your overall plan, right? It has to feel good, right? It has to feel, I mean, I think that's what we all want. We want a nice balanced relationship, and we don't want to have to necessarily be mommying or daddying anybody. We don't have to take care of somebody else. We want to kind of come to the partnership equally, right? And then growing together. And I do feel like there's that energy here with this 10 of Pentacles. And if that is your if that's your intention, I do feel as though that is something you can bring in. Let's see what we have. Let's get a little help on releasing. What are we releasing here? I want to see what we're releasing as we dig into this energy. We're not done with the tarot, but I definitely want to get a little bit of releasing, because we're ending a tough cycle. That's how we're starting out our reading, right? Ending a tough cycle, and that's total full moon energy, right? Ending that tough cycle. Tell us about this. To support this, oh my goodness, Libra, you now have your second lion, plus you have other cats. So there's a lot of cat energy here. Okay, so this is surrendering to your full power. All right, and this is about your life's calling you for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Some of you have been doing what's safe or what is popular, maybe, or what you think is expected of you rather than what you want to do. All right, what else? For the you are good enough, what are we releasing? How do we overcome feeling not good enough? Surrender to the idea that you can fix someone. You know, it's funny. I actually just saw I looked at the card, and maybe you can see it too quickly if you just quickly look. It looks like a 6 of Swords to me, and that's what you just had there in the first column. And it's like, it's like, move on from that, you know, because it's time for a relationship to shift. So it doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person has to be accountable for their own healing. And it's so interesting because you have the Virgo healer, hanged man, or I'm sorry, hermit energy, and you have an Ace of Cups in reverse. And I feel like this is something that has been getting in the way for a lot of you, feeling responsible for the feelings of others. A lot of us, that comes from childhood, right? Maybe some of you have done the work and you realize that, but all hope is not lost. You have not exhausted all of your opportunities, although you may be feeling exhausted. All right, that is something else that's coming into this energy. Now, with the don't let pride get in your way, how can we overcome that? If there's, okay, so surrender. Oh my goodness, this is so perfect. Surrender your comparisons to other people. You're not somebody else. They're not you. You have not had the same journey, nor will you. So this is about keeping your eyes on yourself, right? This is focusing on your strengths, attractiveness, power, focusing on you. And that works. I mean, it does. It helps. It definitely helps to focus on ourselves, because it feels as though, you know, the ego a lot of the times ego does have to do, and pride does have to do with like other people, you know, and what they might think. So kicking that out the door. What else do we have? A new romantic cycle begins. But first what? Tell us, but first what? But first what? New romantic cycle. Surrender addictions. I can't believe how, as usual, I mean, I should believe it, these cards are really all talking to each other. And that makes for a very cohesive reading. So allows us to really go deeper too, because there's no confusion with that, you know. It's not like all over the place. It's a very, all right, so very in-depth reading as usual. So whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction. Replace it with healthier alternatives. Some of us, we are addicted to doing the same kind of thing over and over, you know, or maybe you have a show that you can't stop watching and you know it's bad for you. You know, it could be anything really. Yeah, it really could. It's about replacing those patterns behaviors with healthier ones. All right, let's see what else we have for Libra. I want to get a little bit of like future higher self advice too. I'm hearing something right now about New Mexico. All right, so just in general, something about New Mexico and almost like the outskirts or Outer Banks or something. Maybe Albuquerque even stands out. But I'm feeling the energy of New Mexico. So that's coming in. Okay. There's also something here about going back to the doctors and having staples removed or something like that, or having incisions checked. I know it's randomly specific, but that's why you're here partly, right? Because you like those messages. All right. So Libra, know that you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. And that's about that end of a tough cycle approaching, you surrendering to your full power, Libra. Again, your life is calling you to step into that full power and bring your special gifts with you. Why settle for normal? And then we have, for you are good enough, surrender to the idea of fixing someone. I mean, you can't make that up. Spend more time on your own spiritual growth. So there, again, total cohesiveness here. Spending time on your transformation, your path. Don't let pride get in the way. Look at this. Rejections for your protection. So surrender to comparisons with others. If somebody didn't want you or didn't treat you well, that is not on you. That's on them, but it's also possibly for your protection, Libra. And they also say, it's redirection, right? And a new romantic cycle begins. Well, we have surrender your addictions, and some of you may be wanting to know when, because the Hanged Man is delays and stalling, right? It hasn't happened yet. And because here's the thing, because if you're working on something long term, it's probably going to take a long time. You have that 10 of pumpkins. So look, you are currently under construction. Please be patient. Mm-hmm. We're all working on things, right? And yeah, we do want to try to make sure this moon has the potential, this fiery Aries moon in our opposite sign too, has the potential to affect us, to affect our relationships, our boundaries. It could be very emotional for us. Okay. So, but this is about truth, right? This is about, finding that balance again between the courage and the grace, if you will. Okay, so this is about your inner fire, your truth, your power to choose, Libra. You have the power to choose. We're releasing what does not serve us. Okay, clearing out that emotional baggage. This is old wounds about self-worth, people pleasing coming up, maybe. You're letting them go. You can do this through movement, through journaling, some other ritual, sound bath healing, whatever works for you. Right? But you're going to have to get used to standing up for yourself too and saying no. You can say it with no, but you can say no with love, but you need to say yes and mean it, right? Say yes and really mean it, because Aries is going to demand authenticity. And going forward, I mean, authenticity is what's really going to be valued anyway, with things coming out, AI or whatever you want, so people are going to value human connection, authenticity. I've been saying this for a while now, and I'm sure other people have too. It's pretty obvious, right? It's not like some, ooh, wow, huge light bulb for anybody probably. But yeah, this is, there's a lot of beauty that comes with this moon too. It's when you can actually reap rewards. Okay. Reap what's been sown, release what doesn't serve you, realign with your inner truth, with conviction, with full power. It is so important to do that. The energy wants to support this powerful release for you, Libra. So let's see what else we have. Let's see how can we stay high vibing here. We're going to get back into tarot, but I do want to get just a little bit of advice. How do we stay high vibing during, tumultuous times? It's been a rough year. It's been a rough several years. We have two cards that came out. We have channeling and we have emotions. Now this is again, it's an emotionally heavy kind of energy, but was to be released, to be healed, to be transformed. So there's channeling. So channel your inner child. Skip, gallop, jump, hum, blow bubbles, draw with crayons, giggle for no reason. But no whining. They're saying, what I am going to say is, if you need to complain, fine, do what you need to do. But just making sure that you're also trying to balance that out with, maybe a little bit of gratitude, expression for gratitude in there too. Because most of us do have something to be grateful for. I feel we all do, but maybe not everybody's in that energy right now, and that's fine. It's your story, right? You're writing your own book. And it's kind of it's like growing into your new future, and some of you might not be able to picture where you're going, where you're heading, because you're still under construction. You're still growing into it, a new role or a new life. You also have emotions here. What I was going to say though is we want to be careful about the potential for conflict and heated conflict at this point. Okay, so just again, not letting that pride get in the way if possible. We could definitely see this playing out though on a larger stage. Think we already are. But anyway, we have emotions here. So yeah, definitely feel all the feelings, right? Be with them, honor them, process them, and then move on and enjoy your life. I'm hearing that song right now, Skip to My Lou, My Darling. So Lou, Louie, Louis, that could mean something, Louise, Lisa. And also the name Sue. Okay, Sue, Susan, any variation of that. What else do we have here? Okay, let's go ahead and let's get back into tarot and see what we have. What would you like to tell us? Okay, this about any of these themes here. Messages for the greatest, highest good of the Libra collective. Thank you. I'm hearing Don Juan. Okay, so the name Don, the name Juan. There could be something. I was also getting a name like Watkins. There's something here too where there's this just letting me know, Libra, the proof is there. You've already seen it, or you're going to see it. You know that expression, proof's in the pudding. That's what it is. It's right there in front of you. What more do you need is what they're asking me. What more do you need to know about you being having special gifts? How many times, it's almost like the universe saying, how many times do we have to show you and tell you, yes, you're good enough. Yes. Yeah, things aren't always going to work out. But that doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean you don't have special gifts. All right. Keep following that passion, Libra. Follow it, follow it. Feel it and follow it. Make it grow. Look at this. King of Cups, they follow it. They create it. They go into what feels good is right, right? They're all about their feelings. But again, we want to process, honor them, process, be with them, and then release and be ready to enjoy life again. And if you're going through something, we all heal in our own time, right? So spending time on your own spiritual growth, as much time as you need to, right? I'm not saying, oh, hurry up. It doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't. You go through your own process, right? And the King of Cups, this is a very intuitive energy too. But it is about having that compassion and knowing you have that inner support too. And you have the Lovers here, okay? It's all about choice. I like that you have the Devil and the Lovers together. The reason I like that is they're like opposites of each other. The cards are very similar generally, right? You have the duality, you have the two people, you know, each person has their side here. You have there's like someone overseeing the energy, which is either the devil or it's going to be an angel in the traditional Lovers card. But it's like, yeah, there are two. Which side do you want to be on? Do you want to be in the Lovers energy? Or do you want to be in the devil energy? Do you want to do something because it's safe, because you feel like you have to, because you're stuck, because you're attached maybe? Or do you want to do something that feels truly in alignment because you're ready for something new? You're ready to make a bold choice. And some of you are going to be called on to make a bold choice. This could be in a partnership. It could be in some sort of union, which could be anything that you're signing up for, committing to, right? It could be job. It could be a person. It could really be anything. It could be if you want to take in a family member. I'm getting that right now as a little story here. So if it doesn't, even though they're family and they might need help, this is very randomly specific here, but it's like, you still need to do what's best for you, Libra. If having somebody that's not really going to be healthy for you in your house or in your space, if you have a right to stand up for your own well-being. Okay. So some of you, I know that's randomly specific, but whoever it applies for, there's that advice coming in, because I feel as though you have been seeking an answer on that. And so here we are. Okay. So you still have to do what's best for you. This could have to do with siblings too, or other sort of family. It feels like very much like family. Like, do we really want them here? Or is this having this family member here stressing out my current relationships or something? Or that's coming in, because I am getting this energy of having to do something because it's because you feel like you have to. It's like a burden, right? We don't want to have a burden. We want to experience the beauty of bonding, right? We don't want it to be like we have to, like a burden, right? What else do we have? Rejection, your protection. Okay, my gosh, we have the sun. You have something so much better on the way. That's why. And soon, Libra, it will be clear. It'll be clear why something happened. Okay. It will be. I mean, I feel like a lot of you are already getting clarity, but you have more joy coming in. There's more success. You have more success, I should say. There, you have more to be happy for soon coming in. Now, the 19, okay, is a 1 and a 9 is a 10. And so that can be, a sign of completion, and that is definitely what this full moon brings. It's also too, it's like you're moving on from a time or a phase or a period that maybe you weren't living in your full truth or fully aware of something too. Maybe you had like indication of something, but now you're getting full reveal, or maybe you're having to fully face the feelings on something here. But here we have it. Mm-hmm. This is I like this reading because generally our readings, they have to do with, well, they really go wherever the energy is. Like that's, if it, this, but so right now it does feel like this could be an emotionally heavy time for you, emotionally heavy week, full moon energy. You've probably already been in it for a bit. It could really, it could continue for a bit too. Again, still in that eclipse energy. They're not necessarily easy, but I feel they're often very healing, and they lead to spiritual growth, which is what you have here, spending more time on spiritual growth. But and realizing that it is a process, and you don't have to hurry. But the Sun card coming into this, not just, I mean, because we have that Aries full moon, so you have Leo energy appearing a couple times. So yeah, there's some fire energy. But what I like about this reading is lately it seems as like the readings have been focused on um, your harvest, correct? And what you're kind of like bringing in career wise, opportunity wise, and that's all true. But what I love about this full moon period is it looks like the energy is actually giving us another opportunity to look in that mirror, to really face what needs to be faced. But then you can reap even more rewards and have even more abundance in all those other areas of life. But first, there's a lot of work to be done for some of us still. Some of us, I get it. I'll probably get a comment. I've already done the work. Wonderful. Great. I feel like I've done a lot of work too, but I'm always open to healing at an even deeper level, because the deeper I go with the healing, the more I ascend with the spiritual connection or ascension, whatever you want to call it, right? It's we're all on our different phases here. But let's see what else we have. What else do we have? Libra, next steps, bringing in that love. Okay, the Page of Swords, next steps, Page of Swords. This card's been coming out a lot. This is about getting curious, learning what you need to learn. You're gonna, where you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn. A lot of you are gonna. There's a full moon right there. Look at that. It's not even usually on the Page of Swords, but here it is, Libra. You're gonna sense your way through. Bats use that radar, right? They sense, and so maybe it took you a while to see something, or again, you didn't get the proof in the pudding yet, but you feel it, or you felt it for a while. You felt something didn't quite smell right, right? Doesn't feel right, smell right, sit right. You're learning more. You're going to continue to learn more. It's going to help you face the truth of something, it looks like. This is about being direct, right? Going in or going out with a mental agility. As far as, you know, sometimes we want to move in a little closer and learn more. Other times we want to step back and observe from somewhat of a distance. So there could be some themes around that for you. What else do we have? Let's see. Let's get a little bit of, we had the sun. I would like to get a little bit of advice here from our guides. Let's see. A little bit of advice here. King of Cups, end of a tough cycle. Knowing that you're good enough. You have special gifts. What do you need to know? Freedom. This is about independence, liberation, release. Some of you do have a gift that could set you free in some way, whatever gift it is for you. It could be a gift of intuition, right? So obstacles that held you back have been lifted, granting you the freedom, Libra, to move forward. Six of Swords. There it is. And for the lovers and for you're good enough and spending more time on spirituality as well as not being able to fix someone, be wide open. So there are no blockages. You're on the right path. It's going to get better. It'll get easier as time goes on or as you move in a certain direction, right? It's not just time, it's what you do with the time. I always say that. But healing and the work, it takes time. But this is about the universe giving you a space of time where you can freely work without hindrance, right? Without feeling as though you have to take more on or you have to do this or that. The burdens are being lifted to some degree, okay? For some of you. I can't guarantee that it's going to be for everybody, right? What kind of a reader would I be if I promised that or had these sensationalized, titles that people do? I mean, yeah, there's good stuff, but I can't be like, whoa, Libra, this is going to be absolutely amazing for everybody. And yeah, sometimes we get titles like that, wow, this is crazy good reading, but like every reading is not going to be like that. So that's why I don't do stuff. I don't do all that, making huge assertions anyway. So I try to keep it real is all I'm saying. Okay. And I feel like this is what this time calls for, and going forward, that's going to be the people who've had a hard time standing in their power, standing in their truth, being truthful, being honest, and really being authentic with the world. The masks are all going to be coming off. People are going to be able to see through stuff easier. I feel like a lot of us already do. And I think that be ready, because there's more of that to come. There's more people that are going to be coming out with, crazy intuitive abilities that are awesome. And you could be one of those people, but there's going to be a lot of activation. Okay. Now I am going to be doing a reading coming up soon on 3i Atlas, and the fact that I feel it is a time for third eye, 3i, right? Third eye activation. And I've said that before about 3i. That was when I first thing I saw, when I saw 3i Atlas, I was like, oh, okay, first of all, Atlas had been coming through intuitively. It said it multiple times. And this is just, I'm giving this as like proof that, I'm a regular person too. And like, things have been coming to me. Things are coming to you. I know they are, Libra. I know they're coming to you. They're coming to everybody. People that didn't even see themselves as intuitive are now intuitive. I feel that the shift that we're coming into, I feel that 3i Atlas energy of whatever it is, comet, interstellar object, whatever you want to call it, it's some sort of higher intelligence, or it brings with it that energy at least, right? So I feel like it's bringing us in, it's helping us transition. It's a good thing. It's not to be scared of, right? That's how I feel anyway, but you're entitled to your feelings. So let me just get to, okay. Oh my goodness. And look, so supreme power, right? There it is. And that's what 3i Atlas could be. So I'm not going to get into that a ton here, but do look out for that reading. It should post Tuesday. If for some reason it doesn't, it's because I went to do the reading and it didn't feel right for whatever reason. And I'll wait for when it is right to channel that energy. Okay. But yeah, we have Midas touch coming in here. So you have the Midas touch right now, and anything you begin will turn to gold. Call upon your guides, call upon the universe, the cosmos, whoever you pray to create, to help you, your creator. This is a windfall. This is windfall. This is success. Okay, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? It doesn't necessarily come easy. This isn't overnight, What else do we have? Sure, there could be outliers that, yeah, success happens overnight. Great. Good for you. That's awesome. For the majority of us, though, we're doing the work. We're having to go through certain steps. We have petals bloom here. Oh my gosh. Unmasking. There it is. You're currently unmasking your true beauty, or in the bloom phase for your past efforts. This, Libra, is harvest. It says it right on the card. And what are we doing? We have a harvest moon. This is about your glow up. This is about beauty. This is about the right time. Yep, that's right. There it is. Let's see what else we have coming in. Help us. How do we do all this? Let's get some Moonology manifestation cards, whether it's love or career. What is it? Let's see. So push through any insecurities. First quarter moon in Cancer. Again, you are good enough. You have that message coming out. You're good enough. And here is another indication of that, to push through the insecurity. Why? Because your freedom depends on it. The freedom to be truly you, Libra, depends on you pushing through insecurities. If you need help, ask for it. If you don't have people to ask the universe. Ask your higher self to deliver some answers. Just show the universe that you're accepting, you're ready, you're wanting, you're seeking it. You're ready to go deeper, Libra, and know that you are loved. This new life you're ready to live, or you are living, it comes from a place of love. That's the new you. What else do we have? Advice. Unleash your kindest self. Like I said, it comes from a place of love. You're clearing out the muck to bring in the miracles, the magnificence of life, the Midas touch, if you will. Right? What else do we have for Libra? You may be feeling as though this week, like you're just really speaking candidly, like, let's just, there's a lot of like bold conversation too. And we have be humble, but we don't want to come at it from a place of ego, right? It's more like coming out of it from a place of authenticity, right? So, yeah. All right. Very truthful, very straightforward. I'm getting that song Rocket Man, right? Elton John. So take it for what it is worth. What else do we have? More advice for Libra, or just kind of themes in general to discuss? Give me some talking points, please. Anything else that needs to come out while we're here? Thank you. Moonrise. Oh my gosh. Libra, fresh start, hope, new love. Now, this new love, it doesn't have to be romantic, but since you have a new romantic cycle begins, for some of you, it could be. It could be strengthening of a current relationship or partnership of any kind. What else do we have? Let's get some divine direction cards, please, for Libra. What do we have for Libra, please? Thank you. Keep it simple. You're going to want to keep something simple here, too. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. You have celebrate and closure. What do you know? It's like you're celebrating closure of some kind, or maybe you're closing something, you're having the closure. Now, there will be more celebration. Like I said, you have the Sun card. Don't be blinded by your insecurities, okay? That's very important. They want you to know, do not be blinded by your insecurities, what are perceived insecurities. Sometimes the only closure you need is understanding you deserve more. Your soul deserves peace. Your home deserves peace. You deserve respect. Celebrate your progress, okay? It says you celebrate the progress you've made and appreciate all you already have. You've come a long way. Something that's been a nuisance to you for so long, for too long, it's going to be on its way, right? Heading it out. Something, that's been frozen or foggy. So stagnation will pass, okay? Use it as a vehicle for self-development and increase your personal power. We get this card all the time. The energy feels stuck. Maybe this fiery, hot full moon in Aries in our season, Libra, will melt away some of that stagnation. We're melting away mental fogginess, right? There's clarity coming in, huge transformation coming in for some of us. Again, it's not going to be overnight. So I'm not going to be, overnight. Wow, you're not going to believe this. No, I think you will believe this because I think a lot of you have worked so hard on something for so long. You're putting in the work, things might be a little foggy now, right? The truth could be distorted in some way, but the fog will lift. This is ultimate clarity here. I feel, again, like I bring it back to, regardless of how you feel about 3i Atlas, I feel that right now, the way things are right now cosmically, we have so much going on and things are changing and we're sensitive to those energies. We're feeling it. A lot of us feel the solar flares, the geomagnetic storms. We feel it. We don't know it necessarily, but we feel it, just like other animals in nature feel it. So something it's been feeling unsettling, right? For a lot of people. And I think that for a lot of us, it's like we're being prepared for something better on you know, even a human consciousness kind of level. And you're right. There is more to this, I feel. We have forgiveness here, and we have journey, and we had a bunch of other ones fall face down. So forgiveness. So letting go of resentment, forgiving yourself, forgiving others, so that you can restore peace in your heart and love again, whether it's work or relationships, whatever. And then you have journey. So don't fear leaving everything familiar behind, right? Don't stay stuck in that devil energy there. You want to free yourself, right? It's safe to take the risk, right? Again, wait for the fog to clear. You got to do it when you feel right. But for some of you, you're moving into the unknown, and you're supported in your journey. Look at this, inspiration. So your ideas are divinely inspired, blessing you with creative insights to serve a cause greater than yourself. We are all connected. Time to shine, Libra. Time to shine. If you haven't already. I have such beautiful people in this community. Really, really nice people, and just people that have, you know, gone through a lot, you know, and are still lovely people. So thank you so very much for being here. If you do enjoy this video, I'm not done yet, but please do take a moment, if you would, while I'm shuffling, to like the video, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps me out. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm putting everything I have into this. So yeah, a simple like or a little comment would be great. Even if it's just a heart or something, emoji, anything is good to help the video be seen. And you can hype the video too now. That's free as well. So you can look up how to hype, or you can just go to the comment section, swipe left, and there's a little like comment, and it says hype points, and you just give your points. I think you can hype 3 times a week. So it helps small channels like mine be seen. Helps push out the videos. We're getting more advice for you here. Let's see what else. Yeah, some of you are you're building something. Really building something here. We have challenges here, Capricornus energy. So yeah, again, it will not be an easy path, but oh my goodness, I just said you're building, right, as I'm shuffling. But if you build discipline, you will achieve your goal. It's unreal. It happens all the time. I love it. I love it so much. Let that be proof to you, right? Of something. I don't know. I guess just that there's more to the life than this, right? There's more than this 3D realm here, okay? I'll get the information in the head, and then it comes out in a card. It happens over and over. And that to me is showing connection to energy. So know that you have connection to energy that's bigger than yourself. You're not just here in isolation. You don't exist in a vacuum, right? All right, what else do we have? Because of that, Libra, that means that you can take that energy, you can channel it to channeling, right? To clear emotions, to lay out a foundation for yourself that's going to help you really truly love life, and letting you know too that, you know, miracles exist. They happen every day. So why not for you? And then we have more Virgo energy. Details, Libra. Details matter. You need to look at something more closely. What you need to know lies in the details. And on the bottom of the deck, you have success and triumph. Oh, and look, it's a butterfly with a sword. Now that's us, right? That's our suit. So nothing will be able to get in your way. You will surely come out on top. And I do feel, Libra, if you believe, so there's a little caveat to this, right? If you believe, then nothing will get in your way, but you've got to keep believing, right? You've got to keep pushing, right? Okay. That, I feel, that's kind of, this whole reading is pushing you, you know, and hopefully inspiring you, to letting you know that, yeah, there's something here that is ready to go. You're ready to let it go, or you're the one ready to go. And it will lead to success and triumph for the majority of you. It is harvest time. I did a harvest reading for you. I did an October reading for you. I did a birthday reading for you. Those readings they came out last week. So yeah, All right, let's see what else we have. Let's get some angel numbers. Angel numbers, please, for Libra. This full moon in Aries. I'm getting using caution about something too. So using caution. Oh, use caution, Libra, in sharing details with people or too much info. Okay. Yeah, there's just something there. We get that message a lot, and I think it's good advice. Maybe you don't want other people's energy in your projects or something until you've actually really brought something out. And you want everybody to know. So 1111, sign of spiritual awakenings. You're drawn to higher vibrations, and they'll be drawn to you. Right? It's resonance. And you have 44, sign of encouragement. So keep going, as your hard work will pay off, Libra. It will pay off. And next, animal cards. Animal cards for Libra. For Libra. Again, happy birthday to those of you whose birthday is this week. We have dog, expansion, card 26, heart chakra. Open your heart, trust and follow the voice of love within you, and commit to the path that brings you the greatest joy. Again, you're laying out a foundation that's built on love. A love for oneself, right? And that's not in some arrogant way. It's a staying true to yourself, right? Based on love. It's not based on the fear and anxiety and attachment and toxicity or unhealthiness of the devil. No, it's based on that authentic alignment and mindful choices of the lovers, which you also had in this reading. Fellow air sign Gemini in there, connecting to that card. Libra. Polar bear, empowerment, card 3. Now we've been getting this card. Polar bear has been coming to us a lot lately. This is Earth Star chakra energy. You're stronger than you think. Harness your true innate power. Let nothing hold you back. Nothing will hold you back, Libra. Do not give anything permission to hold you back. You have more authority and control than you realize. Be bold and courageous. You can do this. That other stuff wasn't on the card. Just that was me adding, okay? Little spirit. So you're stronger than you think. Harness your true innate power. Let nothing hold you back. Be bold and courageous. You can do this. You can do this. Bottom of the deck. Dolphin. Card 28. Divine birthright. Heart chakra. Look at the rainbows. You have rainbows in 2 of your 3 animal cards. Look at that. Abundance is your true nature. There's nothing you need to do to deserve your heart's desires. Allow the universe to shower you with divine blessings, Libra. That is your reading for the week of October. No, let's see. Where am I? I didn't even say it at the beginning of the reading, right? So that's your reading for the week of the 6th to the 12th of October. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you very much. And happy birthday, Libra.